In this video training, we're going to take a look at the Zapier Connector. How do you get Zapier talking to SmartSuite so that you can automate processes in and around your SmartSuite workspace? Well, if that's of interest, stick around and let's get into it. To access the Zapier Connector, first we have to log into Zapier. We need to first be in Zapier to tell it to connect to SmartSuite, not the other way around. So let's go ahead and first start off by logging into Zapier. Here I am on my Zapier home screen. You can see that I'm logged in as myself. And in order to establish a new connection, what I can do is go down to my apps. On the left-hand side here, this is a list of all the different tools that I have connected already to Zapier. So SmartSuite is actually already in this list, but I want to point out to you that you can actually connect to the same software a number of different times. So for our example, I'll create a brand new example where I connect to SmartSuite yet again. So in order to establish this, I'm just going to click on Add Connection. And here I can search for the app or software that I want to connect to. In this case, that's going to be SmartSuite. Here it is on the list. Well, I saw it. Let's find it again. Here we go. SmartSuite, go ahead and make that selection. And in another window, we're going to get a little pop-up that says, do you wish to allow Zapier to connect and access your SmartSuite account? And so, of course, yes, we do want that. Now, the two things we're going to need access to are our API details and our workspace ID. So let's jump into how to find these things. First and foremost, the API information lives for us inside of our SmartSuite account. Now we have to have higher level permissions inside of SmartSuite in order to grant access to Zapier. If we are a standard traditional user, we won't have access to our API because this involves essentially allowing Zapier to connect into SmartSuite at an admin type level. So we have to have a higher level of permissions in order to have this capability. Now, in order to find the API key, click on your profile icon and scroll on down to API key. Here you see that I have the API token. If I want to destroy this token, I can just by clicking here, and that will break any connections that I had previously created with this particular token. But if I want to access or use this token, I just click inside. At that point, you notice that it jumps up with a bunch of information. It's just a random string. And this token is unique to you. Do not share this with anybody else. It is private. Go ahead and highlight it and copy it, Control or Apple C. And let's get back into Zapier now. But remember that when we switch over, we actually had a new window pop up. So you have to go find that new window pop up once again. And so once you have that, you can paste your API details back into there. Now the last part here is to find your workspace ID. And there's a little outline here as to what that is. It is the random string that is generated after smartsuite.com inside of your SmartSuite account. So now I can go back into my SmartSuite account and go up to the URL at the top. The piece that I want is actually in between, or rather following, smartsuite.com and before the next slash. So in this case, SW2EMQCI. That random string is going to be different and unique for every workspace, so make sure that you grab yours. Go ahead and copy it, and then of course we're going to flip back into this pop-up window inside of Zapier, and we're going to paste it into where we have our workspace ID. We're going to say yes, continue, and if we go back into Zapier now, we're going to get a message that says that everything is all set and we're good to go. So we now have established that new connection with SmartSuite. Now again, I want to point out that you can have multiple different connections, and this is particularly helpful if you have multiple workspaces inside of SmartSuite. So once you've created and established the connection, you can also then come in and edit the connection name. So you can rename these if you have different workspaces. This one is in my Gap Test workspace, for example. So bear in mind that the connection is unique to that particular workspace that you established in the setup. I know we covered a lot here, so feel free to go back, rewatch, and ask any questions you might have, and I'll see you in the next video. If you have any questions about what we covered in this training, please ask them below in the comments section of this video, and until then, we'll see you in the next training.